So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Planets Through Ascendant series of the week. And today we're going to be covering Moon in the second house in the sign of Sagittarius for Scorpio ascendant people. Okay, so because last time I jumped ahead and already made the Scorpio Moon in the ascendant video. So this is the continuation of now with Scorpio ascendant, where Moon is in the second house and it rules the ninth house with the sign of Cancer. And it also has the energy in the seventh house of marriage and relationship, because it kind of co-rules the seventh house of marriage and relationship as well with Venus. Because remember, after 10th degree, Moon considers Taurus its Mool Trikon sign. Okay. And as always, if you do not know if you have this particular placement, what sign it's in, what nakshatra it's in, all the other astrological details, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, consultations, and link to my academy, Vedic Astrology Academy, where I'm currently teaching planets through nakshatras, along with ascendant through nakshatras. So let's get started with this new video. So when I'm making this video, you have to understand this is simply Moon alone by itself and its interpretation. The aspects in conjunction to the Moon will obviously make a big difference. But one thing you will see is that, number one, your ability to earn money will have to be in a far away place from where you're born. It doesn't necessarily mean foreign lands, because I've seen people who, let's say, were born in India, Mumbai, and now they're working in Gurgaon, which is far away, but it's in the same country. And the other thing we see is that both you and your father would have to attain higher education of some sort in order to make your money. You have to have something known as a higher education to make money, and especially shows father would be a very priestly individual. Father would be very priestly, very strategic with money, and because of his behavior with money, behavior with family comes into you. So it's pretty much what I'm saying becomes a copy of your father, because the thing is, we are all somehow, some way have some skill, some kind of a behavior of our parents. Like, for example, my father was an artist. He did all these, portraits, paintings, and I did that too. And because of that creativeness, it has kind of like transpired into my work here as an astrologer. The other thing we see is that naturally a person finds great luck after the age of 33. Especially in terms of money, attaining wealth. And the thing is, when it comes to especially money matters, you as an individual become very strategic. Like, you strategize in how to deal with money and how to handle money. But for you, one of the most important thing is you value higher classical knowledge. Even if a person, for example, becomes a rock star, punk rock star, they themselves will be like, I need to learn this higher knowledge, whether it's theology, philosophy, viewpoints of, different, let's say, Vedantic knowledge. A person will value that. They're like, this is what my value is. And specifically, this particular moon I've seen gives a lot of like gas in a person. They have a lot of gas issues. And at the same time, you will notice, especially with women who have this particular moon, they will have pretty like above average buttocks. Okay. So they will have that. And I've actually seen this with like 4 or 5 different charts of people, especially 2 of them in Sedona, because then you can interact in person. You're looking at the person, you're looking at their body. And also, this is the individual who has the hardest time communicating with their spouse's family. And anytime it comes to dealing with money, there's always some miscommunication with the spouse regarding joint assets. And this particular moon also interests a person in publishing, writing. And also we see that the person will love being near water. They just, like the value system, they love being near water. And especially you will see them collecting a lot of either pictures of saints, books by saints. Like if you ask them what's your most prized possession, they'll probably say it's Autobiography of a Yogi by Yogananda. They'll probably say, it's my collection of these philosophy books. The person will also love to invite all kinds of saints, teachers, philosophers, astrologers in their home, introducing them to their family. But this is actually one of a very good dhan yogas, that a person always tends to find luck with money. Like this is the placement. Actually, you don't even have to have a moon. Any planet as a ninth lord, once in the second house, a person always somehow, some way finds money. They're never without like zero in their account. Somehow, some way they will find money. They will find some value. And usually such people are very sattvic eaters. They want to eat vegetarian food. They want to eat humane food. But again, I've seen people who love eating non-veg, but again, there was influence of other planets there. So this is why I'm saying, like, when I say this position, it has a foundation. Like even if a person eats meat, they really feel that they wish they can just cut all that out and just eat vegetarian. And especially you will see whenever a person speaks, whenever they talk, they have a very emotional, philosophical way of communicating. Their speech has a very saintly quality to it. But at the same time, one thing this person has to be kind of wary of is that sometimes they will attract quite snaky people in their life in terms of mentors, teachers. And especially if there's an influence of malefic, it's guaranteed that before you find your real teacher or mentor, you are going to find somebody who may try to trick you, may try to play politics with you, may try to extract some money from you. But on the other side, this person can have very strong beliefs and they may not be the right ones. Just because moon is in Sagittarius doesn't mean it's going to bring in great teaching and philosophy. Sagittarius just shows teaching. So you take a child, you put them in a compound of people who have a very fatalistic thinking. Like either it's us or them. And if they refuse to be with us, kill them. That's a philosophy. That's an education that a person can learn. But for them, valuing those type of information becomes a blessing and a curse in disguise. So we have to be aware of that. And the other thing you will notice, after marriage, your spouse will control the bank account. Spouse will be the one wanting to take hold of money. And this is where I said, person will always become very strategic in how to talk about money with their spouse, because that's where they will have the issues and the problems. Because this person may want to save a lot of money. The spouse wants to spend money in doing this or fixing that or fixing the house. And they will try to strategically not make them do that. And the other person will get aggravated with that. So that's one of the things we see. But usually a person is born in a very quite educated family, quite religious family. They're the one who learn about all the customs, how things happen. But one thing you will see, there will be in life a major transformation This person will go through a major transformation at one point with the belief systems they have. They will be throwing everything out and taking something new in. So again, blessing and curse in disguise. So one who has a bad philosophy can suddenly transform into getting a great philosophy. Somebody who has a great philosophy will suddenly transform into a bad philosophy. And now what is good or bad? No one truly knows. Everybody has their own view of the world and how the world should run. So we live in this multi-dimensional, multi-facet personality like place. And the reason why this is because ninth lord is eighth from itself. Transformation in the belief system. And one thing you will notice, those who have experienced it, after father's death, huge money came in your life. Not by inheritance necessarily. Your father could just be an average government worker, not much there. But after father's death, money comes to you, most likely through your own profession, through your own will. But suddenly bhagya uday, and it's one of those paradox or nuisance that we kind of have to discuss, but it is what it is. When father dies, a person gets money. Person gets their luck rises in life, and usually you will see this is a particular individual who will take their father's urn to a particular spot. They will take their father's urn to a particular spot unless Jupiter is in the 9th house, especially in Ashlesha Nakshatra. Then they won't. But if Jupiter is not there, who's the lord of the sign of Sagittarius, then after father's death, they will do the rituals and customs of taking the urn or being there when the father is being buried in the ground. They will be there. They will be performing those rites. Okay. So this was my analysis of moon in the 9th house for Scorpio ascendant people. So if you're new to my channel, subscribe below and hit the bell button so you get the notifications and you don't miss these type of videos. And if you want to know more about consultations, books, reports, my academy, just check out the links here. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.